Hello everyone. So in today's video we will discuss about our last topic of chapter 1, that is the business risk. So as we already discussed about the introduction and types of human activities, then concept and characteristics of business or classification of business activities, then industry, commerce, objectives of business and role of profit in business. So our today's video will cover about the business risk, the causes of business risks, the nature of business risks and types of business risk. So let's start. So business risk. Business risks refers to the possibility of inadequate profits or even loss due to uncertainties or unexpected events. See students, there are always risks in business. As you know, if there is no risk, no gain. Yes, so business units are surrounded by innumerable risks generated by economic or natural or physical and human causes. So a businessman has to make some assumptions for the future and bases all his decisions on those predictions. Yes. So the future circumstances are influenced by so many factors, and a change in any situation may bring the risk element into play. So the uncertainties of future create situations where business risk arise. That means every businessman tries to control or minimize the risk, but they cannot altogether be avoided. A person or a businessman can minimize the risk by proper planning or their proper decision. They can minimize that risk, but they cannot avoid that risk. They cannot leave that risk. So the common business risks include the following, like fall in income or financial loss or breakdown of plant and machinery. Then sometimes it happens there will be known availabilities of raw materials or power or labor or capital, etc. Or sometimes changes in prices of products due to different reasons, then effect of entry of new competitors, then losses of goodwill and changes of government policy towards business. Then nature of business risk. So business risk. The uncertainties of future brings risk, and risk is inherent in every type of business. And some risks may be foreseen and ensued, while other may not be predictable and cannot be ensured. So the nature of business risks can be explained as follows. Number 1 is business risks arise due to uncertainties. So lack of knowledge of what is going to happen in future create uncertainties in business. It may be due to natural calamities or change in demand and price strikes, etc. That means a businessman tries to plan his activities on the basis of future predictions. And future is always uncertain. We know that. We never know what is going to happen in few seconds. And that assumption on which business decisions are taken may not prove correct. And the uncertainties may arise due to change in demand or change in consumer preference or government policy or economic factors or natural calamities, etc. So all such uncertainties brings risks in business. Number 2 is risk is an essential part of every business. No risk can be avoided. Although the amount of risk may vary from business to business, risk can be minimized but cannot be eliminated. That means risk is an essential characteristic of business. Every business has some risks, and risks cannot altogether be avoided, but it can be reduced by proper planning and forecasting of various factors, and there will be a chances of minimize of the risks. The number 3 is degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and size of business. Means level of risk is lower for small scale business while it is higher for large scale organization. See, the degree of risk is linked to the nature and size of the business. For an example, like a person dealing in a fashion items has more risks. Why? Because change in consumer preference is frequent in such items. A person dealing in standardized goods will face less risk because demand is generally stable. So large business face more risks as compared to the smaller business. So our fourth point is profit is a reward for risk taking. A business gets profit as return for undertaking risks. Greater the risk involved in a business, higher is the chance of profit. See, it is generally said that more the risks, more the profit. If you take more risks, there will be chances of getting more profit. A businessman faces future uncertainties, and if he is not prepared to take all this risk, then he will not get proper rewards too. In order to earn more, one should be prepared to lose also. If you want to earn more, you have to get ready for the loss also. And in the competitive world, as we see today, one has to spend a lot on advertising or the product conduct marketing research and incur many more expenses. So in case the product is well received, then he will benefit. Otherwise, they will face the loss. And one has to take this risk in order to gain more. If you want to gain more, you must have to take risks in business. Then causes of business risks. That means what are the causes of business risks? So business risks arise from a variety of reasons which may be classified as follows. Number 1 is natural risk. So human beings have little control over natural calamities like flood, earthquake, famine, etc. So they result in heavy losses of life, property and income in business. See, natural causes are beyond the control of we human beings. We don't have control on natural causes. Yes, and these factors cause business loss sometimes, both directly and indirectly. So natural causes of risks may be climatic change or earthquake, heavy rainfall, then loss of life or property due to fire, and many more. And number 2 is human causes. Human causes include such unexpected events like dishonesty, carelessness or negligence of employees, strikes, riots, then management inefficiency, then etc. So see, human factor is the most important cause of business risks. This human factor is the more important cause of the business risk. There may be carelessness or misunderstanding or wrong estimating or like ill intention, dishonesty or miscalculation on the part of human beings. So human causes also include stoppage of works due to power failure or strikes or riots, management inefficiency, etc. So better human resource management may help in reducing the business risks due to human factor. And third point is economic causes. So they are related to a chance of loss due to change in a market condition. Example, fluctuation in demand and prices, competition, change in technology, etc. So see, economic causes are related to a chance of loss due to change in the market condition. Yes. So this change in economic condition influence business activity. And these business activities such as price levels or demand situation or supply of capital, etc. So a period of recession may slow down industrial activity, and an inflationary situation may lead to rising cost. And the other economic causes may be like fluctuation in demand or more competition or wages rises or inadequate supply of raw materials, etc. So all these factors lead to business risk. And number 4 is physical causes. Mechanical defects or failures may also lead to losses. Example, bursting of boiler or machine may cause death or destruction. There may be technical or mechanical or other reasons which may become the cause of risk. And there may be like mechanical failures in machine, then which may cause damage or loss. So there may be depreciation in machine due to passage of time or wear or tear. Then the advancement in machine or technology may render all machines out of use. And the lack of care in maintaining machines and more equipment may lead to frequent breakdowns and accidents and brings business risk. And our 5th point is other causes or political causes. So these include unforeseen events like political disturbance or fluctuation in exchange rates, etc. So I am taking an example of like political causes. So see, political causes arise due to unstable government policy and ideology of ruling party. A government may bring some policies which may adversely affect business. For an example, like Bharatiya Janata Party government forced the closure of Coca-Cola business in India, but the Indira Gandhi nationalized all the leading private sector banks. Okay. Then next is types of business risks. So there are basically 2 types or 2 categories. Number 1 is insurable risks, then non-insurable risks. So what is insurable risks? Insurable risks are risks that insurance companies will cover. It is a risk which an insurance company will cover. And these include a wide range of losses, including those from fire or theft or lawsuits. Then when we buy commercial insurance, we pay premiums to that insurance company. And in return, the company agrees to pay you in the event you suffer a covered loss. That means these insurable risks are the risks which can be recovered after getting them insured. You can recover that risk if you have insured that product or things or person. So when some risks are insured with the insurance company, then in case of loss, the firm will get compensation from the company. So generally, like natural and physical causes are insurable risks. Like a businessman can take insurance policy to cover loss due to fire or theft or earthquake, flood, etc. So in case of loss due to insured causes, the insurance company will compensate the loss suffered by the insured. And the second type is non-insurable risks. The risks for which no protection is available are called non-insurable risks. The businessman cannot get compensation for a change in demand or loss due to negligence or carelessness of employees. Whether the risk is insurable or non-insurable, only the loss can be shared, but the risks remain. See, non-insurable risk is a risk for which no protection is available. Generally, the economic and human risks are non-insurable risks. economic and human risks. A businessman cannot get any compensation if sales go down due to competition or lack of demand. Similarly, losses caused by human negligence cannot be saved. Due to of your negligence, if your business is not getting the profit or your business is facing the loss, you will not get any compensation from the insurance company. So here we came to know about the business risk and their factors or natures or types or causes. So here we have come to an end of our chapter 1. So do complete your notes. Thank you.